What's good, everyone? This is the Kid, DC Wrestling, back at it again with another video. I'm here to bring you all your January 10th, 2022 edition of Monday Night Raw that was live in Philly. Now, before I get to this Raw review, man, earlier today I posted my first community tab here on YouTube. YouTube actually gives content creators now with 500 plus subs to be able to make community posts. So in that community post, if you check it out on the channel, there, you can send in your questions for the Q&A that I'm going to be doing in celebration of reaching 500 subs. The Q&A video should be coming out this week. To be in fact, it should be out maybe, I would probably say, either Saturday or Sunday. So, yeah, one of those 2 days, the Q&A. So, this is pretty much going to be my last time. I'm asking you guys to put in your questions for the Q&A. Again, it could be about anything, wrestling, movies, TV shows, anything. You know, as long as it's questions, I will answer them. But let's not waste any time, man. Let's get straight to it. Tonight's Monday Night Raw was actually a really good episode. Yes, I know, Monday Night Raw. We give Monday Night Raw a lot of crap. But tonight, I have to get credit where credit is due. Tonight's Monday Night Raw was really, really good for the most part. It was really, really good from the opener to the end. It was really good. And we kicked things off with Brock Lesnar, man. Brock Lesnar, of course, actually we kicked things off with Bobby Lashley, the Hurt Business coming up, and Lashley's like, dude, the Hurt Business, we're done. You know what I mean? So I guess that whole thing about bringing the Hurt Business back didn't do anyone favors, because now Lashley is back on his own, even though technically he has MVP. Lashley's going solo again, so Lashley completely getting rid of Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. Now we get the big Bobby Lashley and Brock Lesnar promo exchange, face off. You know, it was big. Brock was entertaining, man. This was a entertaining segment, man. Brock was like, Biggie, like, you're good, but you're not good enough. You know, no one cares about you. And trust me, if this match happened years ago, I would have beaten you and we wouldn't be here. We wouldn't be standing in this ring today. This segment was so entertaining and so funny. Lesnar does a knock-knock joke. He's like, Heyman, knock-knock. And Heyman's like, who's there? Bobby who? And exactly, Bobby who? Like, dude, you're a Brock Lesnar wannabe. So Brock just going in on Bobby. And we see after this whole confrontation, the rest, I can't call them Hurt Business, but Cedric, Shelton come out. They attack Lashley only for Lashley to beat him up. So, yeah, that was a really good segment. A really highly entertaining segment right there. Next, we got the Raw Tag Team titles being defended. Alpha Academy taking on RK Bro. Now, Randy and Riddle, Riddle going in, because Riddle didn't make the tag last week, so Orton had to mark it on Riddle's hands to make the tag this week. And this was actually, for the most part, this was a pretty good tag team match. And in the end, shockingly, surprisingly, Alpha Academy wins the Raw Tag Team titles. They are the new Raw Tag Team champions. This was, again, just a pretty shocking moment because it came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? Which means they're doing this for only one thing. They might be splitting up RK Bro, maybe potentially for WrestleMania. Who knows? We're going to have to see what happens, but I'm really curious to see where they go from here. But as far as Alpha Academy goes, I think they're going to be great tag team champs, and they willingly deserves it because Alpha Academy been pretty good for the past few months. Next, we had a 6-man tag team match player. We had Damian Priest and the Street Profits taking on the Dirty Dogs and Apollo Crews. This was a pretty solid 6-man tag for the most part, but we do see Ziggler coming from behind and hitting the zigzag on Dawkins for the win. So, in rare form, the Dirty Dogs, mainly particularly Dolph Ziggler, and Apollo Crews get the win there. So, yeah, most of these matches, the heels were winning. Tonight was really all about the heels tonight. Okay, so we get Seth Rollins coming out tonight. He talks about it's Royal Rumble. It's going to be the Visionary versus the Tribal Chief. The Visionary versus the head of the table. Brother versus brother. Shield versus Shield. Roman Reigns versus Seth freaking Rollins. And Seth even goes back. He goes into his little time watching. We go back to 2016 where well, 2017, but you get the memo. Seth Rollins says there are a few things that are certain in this life. Three things to be exact: death, taxes, and Seth Rollins beats Roman Reigns every single time, which is a callback to, you guys remember, it was in 2016 when they did the whole Fatal 4-Way Universal title segment. You guys know. Go back and watch it. It's in there. But Big E comes out. Big E's like, I am entering myself into the Royal Rumble. I am going to the shows. I am going to WrestleMania 38, and I'm going to beat you, Rollins, and I'm going to become world champ. But that's Rumble. We're here tonight in Philly, so you and me, let's do it, player. Now, Rollins is like, dude, like, come on, Big E. I'm not dressed to compete, even though he is. But Rollins is like, fine, let's do it. So Rollins and Big E go to have, oh, man, a really great match, man, between these two dudes. And Seth Rollins gets to win, rightfully so. I know there are going to be people going to be like, oh, Big E should have won. But Seth Rollins needs the momentum. He's going into a title match with the tribal freaking chief of all people. So it made more sense for Rollins to win this match rather than giving it to, of course, Big E. Now, we get Nikki ASH and Rhea Ripley coming into the ring. They have an announcement. Now, Nikki's here because they're here to challenge the women tag team titles. And I'm laughing about this because I was pretty much laughing low-key, like, well, trying not to laugh this segment because, oh my goodness, like, this segment was, you already know what I'm about to say. 3 words, starts with a B, ends with a D. You know where I'm going with this. But Rhea's like, Nikki, we had a great run, but it's time to move on. And Nikki's like, oh, you think you're better than me because I got pinned last week. You're better than me. And Rhea's like, dude, I never said that. Look, it's over. It's done. Like, let's just be friends. And Nikki's like, all right. And boom, Nikki just attacks Rhea Ripley out of nowhere. Now, I'm going to give credit where credit is due to WWE. As bad as this segment, and it wasn't that good. It was kind of cringe for the most part. I will give WWE credit with the swerve because it did seem like Rhea was going to be the one to turn on Nikki, but not thinking about it, I think having Nikki be the one to turn on Rhea was cool because, you know, Rhea is just natural. Like, I like her. She's just too over. Like, she can't be a heel. But yeah, Nikki, you know, Nikki's like, almost superheroes don't need any friends. So this is going to lead to either two things. So either Nikki, who's not even a superhero, she's almost a villain, is going to come out next week with dark super villain attire, or she's just going to go back to being the regular Nikki Cross when she was in NXT. My prediction, my theory is it's going to be option 1. But I'm really curious to see where they go with Nikki and Rhea of that magnitude as well. We get Omos versus Nick Sanders, a jobber. Omos wins, and that's it. We get Miz TV. Of course, Edge is praising his lovely wife. You know, we're getting a, Triton Ron, a little promo vignette about Beth Phoenix to show everybody who she is. Same thing with the Miz and Maurice. They come out and they all start talking junk. Miz is like, Maurice, tell this crowd, tell Beth that you're going to destroy her at the Rumble. And Maurice leaves. So it's a pretty good segment. I ain't gonna lie. It's a pretty good segment. All right, we get Austin Theory taking on AJ Styles. And this match was solid for the most part, but AJ Styles win by DQ because who comes out? The controversial, I must say, Grayson Waller. He attacks AJ Styles. AJ fights, recovers, but Waller leaves the ring. So this is obviously because AJ and Waller, which I will cover, they're going to be fighting each other tomorrow night on NXT 2.0. Next, we had the number 1 contender triple threat, Liv Morgan versus Bianca Belair versus DOUDROP, which was a pretty good match to say the least. But actually, because I forgot to cover because this happened before the match, we saw the Alexa Bliss. They teased it last week, and Alexa Bliss was in therapy. She tore up the whole room. She was basically beat up the dude in there. So that was that segment. And again, for the most part, this Raw was actually pretty good for the most part. I enjoyed Raw tonight, It's only one of those Raws out of the year that it's going to be a great episode. Because most of the time, then Raw is just going to be But tonight, I'm going to give credit where credit is due. They made tonight's show enjoyable, and I think this gives even more people excited as we get closer and closer to the Royal Rumble. So that has been my review. Sorry for it being 10 minutes long. You guys know I don't really like to make these reviews that long. But I hope you guys did enjoy this review. If you did, remember to like, subscribe to the channel. Yes, I know we just hit 500, but the road doesn't stop there. We're on the road to 530 and then 600 and then on and on. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video. Tell your family, tell your friends. This has been the Kid DC Wrestling. And so, yeah.